Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, rock stars, before I get started, a couple of things. Yes, I did change my hair once again. That last hair I loved, but I felt like it was too dark for the summer. It was I wasn't feeling 100% about it, so we're gonna bring that back. So we decided to bring in the ombre, y'all. I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about it. I feel like I'm going to cut some of this blonde off at the bottom. Also, you guys, before I get to the stories today, let me just say something about Top of the Blogs. So the whole reason why we do Top of the Blogs is just so that we can get a good key and stay informed at the same time about what's happening in the blogs. Now, I know that I have a responsibility to talk about issues that are going on that are important to the Black community. And I do try to put in world issues and, I try to stay responsible to that kind of thing, but I don't want to make it where every week I'm talking about something that brings the entire video down, because that is really not what it's for. I know it's important. There are other YouTube channels that do these things. I don't want to make Top of the Blogs be that, because if you guys go back and watch some of my older videos, I actually used to put a lot of those stories in, and it kind of just brings the whole thing down. And yeah, I just, one or two stories I'm gonna do. I mean, y'all be sending me stories. You want me to talk about people that didn't kill their kids, folks that got their head chopped off, okay, police killing pregnant women, and I just can't do those stories all the time. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, because I just really want to make this be a channel more where people can come and laugh and stuff. It's a reprieve. Is that the word? Yeah, it's just somewhere where we can go after all of the ills and the heaviness of the world has weighed us down. The whole purpose is to bring us back up. So that's all that I'm saying. I will always put stories that are very important to, what's happening in our community. But just every time, like all these crazy, way out, terrible, depressing, sad, bummer stories, I ain't gonna do it. So I see it when you guys ask me. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to make clear what Top of the Blogs is all about, okay? Now, with that being said, y'all, now let's get to the video. First serious story, okay? Minnesota police officer Geronimo Yanix, I'm not quite sure if I'm saying his name correctly. He was acquitted on all charges. Remember, he was the police officer that had shot Philando Castile as he was heading home from a day of work with his girlfriend and their child in the back seat. We've all seen the video, at least from the inside, from the vantage point of the girlfriend as she was streaming Facebook Live when all of this went down. After the verdict was read last week, Mr. Castile's mother got onto the cameras and gave a very impassioned speech about her son, who was a good person. We had already heard all of the great stories about Mr. Castile. Nothing negative ever came out about this man. Yeah, he smoked weed. If that is going to get you killed, then a whole bunch of you guys are in trouble. And it pissed me off. I'm getting off track here, but it pissed me off that the police officer said that the reason why he shot is because if he could smell weed and he would smoke weed, him and his girlfriend would smoke marijuana in front of their in front of their daughter, then he obviously doesn't have any regard for human life, considering he's smoking in the secondhand smoke and it's invading her lungs and everything. Yet and still, this is the motherfucker that shoots into a car 5 or 6 times while the little girl is sitting directly behind her damn father. What fucking kind of sense? Just that statement that he made alone, I was just like. So anyway, thinking about all of that I just said, the mother gave a very impassioned speech. She said that her son only had one tattoo on his body. That was of the Tri-Cities. That's where he was from. She said, quote, "My son loved this city and this city killed my son." That sentence was so affecting. It gave me chills, sort of, because it just kind of reminds you of the fact of how Black people will stay loyal. Black people will listen to the law and do what they're supposed to do. I'm not saying everybody, but in general, most people listen to the law and do what they're supposed to do. And yet and still, even when you do all of that, when you're Black, it still might get you killed. So it's frustrating, and I could understand the frustrations of the mother. The next day, after she sat and thought about this verdict again, obviously she was not so politically correct. She got into her car and she basically said, laced with a bunch of curse words, do what the fuck you gotta do. We did what we were supposed to do. That didn't work. So if you guys get out there and whatever you gotta do in the world, then that's what you do in the world, because damn it, they are killing us left and right. Obviously, we are not going to be happy for a person that has to get out there and say these things and possibly incite a riot. But you have to just imagine, like, I would be more like that mother. You know, I have extreme respect for Trayvon Martin's mother, because it is so difficult to control your emotions and control yourself and stop you from saying the things that you really want to say when your child has been killed. That's why when I look at Trayvon Martin's mother, and she is always so graceful, always in control, you know, I admire that in people, because that means that you know that there's a bigger issue at stake here, and that you are willing to suppress your emotions to try to get the message out there and try to do more for society. So that's why I really love Trayvon Martin's mother. But I don't think that I could be that way. Not quite so soon after my child was killed. I mean, she's always been that way. Castile's mom would probably be more of the feeling that I would have. And it's just too bad. When we finally saw the video from the vantage point of the police dash, it just makes you even madder, okay? Because like I just said, they shot into the car. This little girl is in the back seat. I mean, the little girl jumps out of the car and runs into the arms of the police. The other police officer was there. Just terrible. Listening to it, you just don't know how it went from 0 to 100 so quickly. Yeah, very frustrating, you guys. So Yanez or Yanix, whatever his name is, he was found not guilty. They did fire him. Big deal. But yeah, just another kick in the face, another reminder that they are killing us left and right, and nothing really ever happens. You guys, rest in peace to Albert Johnson. He is better known as Prodigy from the New York rap group Mobb Deep. Okay, the rap duo. They say that Prodigy fell ill a few days ago. Mobb Deep was performing at a casino or a club, I assume, out in Vegas, and he fell ill, and so they admitted him into a Vegas hospital. He was having a sickle cell flare-up. Didn't know that he had sickle cell, but they weren't able to get control of the flare-up. I'm not even sure if I'm using the word right. I just remember seeing a video illustration of the sickle cell trait. So it's like not the sickle cell trait, but the sickle cells. In my mind, when I think it's like these cells that have like little prickly edges that grasp onto the red blood cells or the white blood cells, and they change the shape of the cell and suck out the air. I remember seeing that illustration on something, and he died. 42 years old. Very, very sad. We can all think of the Mobb Deep songs and just hearing Prodigy on our radios. And they say that he had written a book recently. I didn't know anything about the book, but I'm interested in reading it. I heard Charlemagne the God saying that he felt like his book should have been a movie. So I'm just like, wow, I wonder what the book is about. Supposedly Mobb Deep had a little falling out a few years ago, and then had recently gotten back together and put an album out, and now they were on tour. I think they said like a 20th anniversary tour, which is why they were in Vegas performing, and then he fell ill. So very, very, very sad. 42 years old, you guys. Prayers up to his friends and family and many fans all over the world. Rest in peace, Albert Johnson, always known as Prodigy. And then, you guys, while we're talking about acquittals, I guess we're going to talk about Bill the Peel and the fact that 2 jurors refused to convict him. There was a hung jury, and it led to a mistrial. I guess we can do a process of elimination. They say that there were 2 black jurors on there, even though we don't know for a fact. I'm imagining that the 2 holdouts was probably these 2 black jurors. So there were 3 charges. Sexual harassment, you guys, sexual battery. I can't find it in my notes, but they deliberated for 52 hours. They say that the deliberation room was very small. It was cramped. I mean, nowhere for anybody to even pace around. They're all on top of each other. They're emotional because they can't get everybody to agree on one accord. They said, you know, motherfuckers was hitting concrete walls and fucking up their hands and all kind of care. I said, all this over bill, y'all? But y'all know white folks be getting real pissed off when they can't put a nigga in the jail. I shouldn't laugh. But yeah, you guys, the two holdouts, whoever they were, we will find out soon because the judge has released the names of the jurors. The prosecutors say that they will try this case again. I am just amazed that they're going this hard for a man that literally probably only has a few years left in him. I mean, I guess they want to put him in jail and have him die there, but fuck, y'all gonna kill this man before he can even get there. Just the stress of all of this. So maybe that's what they're going for, but I can't imagine them spending all this money again going after Bill Cosby like this. Okay, so, but I don't know, y'all. I mean, we gonna see if they do make it to a second trial. Seems like a waste of money to me, but I mean, I guess if I was the victim, then I would, you know, I would want to see justice done. But who wants to go through that a second fucking time? So we'll see. But as of now, your boy Bill the Peel, he is not guilty. No, not guilty. That's not it. They don't know if he's guilty or not. They can't get anybody to agree. Guys, I've been trying to avoid this story because it happened like 2 weeks ago, right after the World Championships for the NBA, you know, after Cleveland lost to Golden State Warriors. This story came out and I just was like, you know, it's over, and I thought that it would be done, but every week people have been asking me to talk about it, so I will. I'm really tired of talking about Steve Harvey, and that is why I've been avoiding this subject. But okay, so he made a very tasteless joke about Flint water. The Flint water crisis. Someone called into his radio show and was gloating that the Warriors had won. Evidently, Steve Harvey is a fan of Cleveland. And when he found out that this person was actually in Flint, then he made jokes about, you know, drinking the brown water and you haven't taken a clean bath. And I mean, you know, he goes on and on about the Flint water crisis. And usually I try to give leeway to comedians because, you know, they think off the cuff and their number one point is to be funny. And sometimes that comes at the expense of really thinking about what they're saying. However, I don't know if I can excuse it in this point because the Flint water crisis has been such a big deal. I mean, kids are being killed by the poisoning. If they haven't died yet, you know, this is a harsh thing to say, but if they haven't died yet and they've had all this lead poisoning, you know, this could seriously affect even the length of the time that they live. It's not nothing funny, and there's really no way to make it funny, this Flint water crisis. So for him to say it was in the worst taste, not even poor taste, it was the worst taste, it was bad timing, and him being not just a comedian but a very wealthy and highly supported by big networks and big corporations wealthy comedian, he should know better. But this also lets you know about the disconnect that Steve Harvey is starting to have with his community. Now, obviously, he's not a part of the poor community, but he is definitely a part of the black community. Once you see people getting to a certain point in their life where they can't relate anymore, then you turn into a Steve Harvey and you joke about young, poor black kids, in particular, falling victim to circumstances that they can't control and possibly even dying. You know, it's just, I'm just watching people starting to realize exactly who Steve Harvey is. Okay, the person that he is. Money does a lot of things to us. Money can help us and money can hurt us. More and more I'm starting to feel like when Steve Harvey got a hold of money, he started to change, or it brought out the true person that he really was. Whatever it is, it's not a good thing. So, you know, I ain't seen it for Steve Harvey ever since Bernie Mac, you know, and him had that run-in when Bernie Mac said that he was trying to steal the Ocean's 11 role from him. To me, for Steve Harvey to try to do something like that to somebody who supposedly was his friend, then you can imagine all the rest of you motherfuckers out there, he ain't really got too much care in the world for either. So, Yeah, I ain't seen it for him for a long time. All that crying and carrying on at Bernie Mac's funeral. I mean, I'm sure he felt it, but I'm wondering if part of that was guilt. Whatever it is, I can't. Okay, Steve Harvey got a whole lot more money than me. He probably don't care what the fuck I think, but maybe he'll care as more and more people start to realize the person that he really is. But that's it. That's why I ain't talked about it. But yeah, terrible. Never a laughing matter about people getting killed by the lead in their water. So Kim and Kanye are hiring a surrogate, or actually they've hired a surrogate. There's no surprise there. I haven't even really watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians in years, but I've seen a couple of episodes, and even in those couple of episodes, she's always talked about how she wanted to have more kids. We knew that she had health problems. Specifically, she has placenta accreta, I believe that's what it's called, and that's when the blood vessels attach too firmly and deeply in the uterine wall. So when you have your baby and your placenta is supposed to deliver after the baby, it's attached to the wall, but it's trying to detach and starts to tear, I imagine, and the bleeding gets really bad. And I mean, it could be so much bleeding to the point where the mother dies. Now that's my dumbed down explanation. My rock star medical doctors out there, y'all let me know if I hit it on the nail. If I'm a little off, y'all go on and correct me. But when I looked it up, that is what they said that it was. The placenta will not deliver and it causes heavy bleeding. So she's had problems with the first and the second baby. They told her if she did it again, she was probably gonna die. Okay, so they've decided to hire a surrogate, and fine, child, fine. I'm more concerned about, our boy Kanye, and if he is mentally up to raising all these dang on kids. Now, he got the two that he got, and the kids ain't never a mistake. That's what they say. So, I mean, the Lord has blessed them with them two kids. But I'm just wondering if he's mentally available and sturdy enough to be raising more and more kids. I mean, obviously, they know the best. Okay, but I'll just be worried about Kanye because, child, we ain't seen hide no hair to brother man. And every time we do see a picture of him, he look like he is completely vacant from within the shell of his body. So, but Kanye is also manipulative and can sometimes put on a front because he likes to maintain the character of Kanye just being Kanye. Kanye can be a fucking verb, okay? She Kanye'd. Nigga, that could mean a whole bunch of things. So anyway, I mean, good for them. I mean, I really would like to see Kanye be in a happy, healthy relationship with his wife and have kids and be happy. That boy just seems to have had a tough time since his mama died. So, and you guys know that I really would like to see their relationship work out. So if this is going to help then good. Okay. Also, while we're talking about Kim Kardashian, a couple of months ago, Kim Kardashian did a test makeup line on Kylie Cosmetics website. She and her sister kind of banded together, put out a few things just to test and see what the market would be if Kim Kardashian possibly put out her makeup line. And when they did that, Kylie Cosmetics made $13.5 million off of that joint venture. So Kim Kardashian decided to step out on faith and release some cream contour highlighting kits. They came out yesterday. 5 minutes later, Miss Kardashian West sold out of her cream contour highlighting kits and net profited $14.4 million in sales. And that is fucking amazing. I'm telling you, them Kardashians, whatever the fuck they touch turns into gold. Okay, now all you guys can hate and be having problems with the Kardashians, but some of you motherfuckers is buying their shit. You can talk about them all you want on social media, but you is buying their stuff. There's been some speculation that the numbers have been pumped up, kind of letting people think that because it sold out so quickly that, maybe that will make people want it more and it'll affect future sales. Whatever it is, they made some good ass money off of them damn kits yesterday. Did you get one? I know one of my rock stars was out there on that damn website crashing and shit trying to get on there. Yeah, y'all let me know, but congratulations to them. I am not mad. That's all I can say. $14.4 million. What a day's work, right? Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I'm not quite sure why I'm talking about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, because what's to talk about? Yes, the new season is coming and they got a whole bunch of new fucking characters. They always bring a whole bunch of new fucking characters and we be annoyed and we be lost and we don't be knowing who is who, and it take us 8 episodes to get the whole cast out. Nothing new. Keisha Cole, she will be on there. Fine, because Keisha Cole has played the reality game so long. I'm sure she'll know what to do on this show as well. Brooke Valentine, those are the big names that are coming. They say that the old cast is still staying as well, so it's gonna be a whole bunch of motherfuckers on here, all right? So, I mean, but nothing that Moan at Me ain't pulled on us already. So, whatever. I don't really care, okay? I want to discuss more the Milan Christopher pics that are out there. So look, yesterday I was getting my hair done all day. So I had pretty much been off of Instagram all day long. So I didn't really know what was going on in the world. So last night when I had asked everybody for suggestions, they were like, you know, Milan Christopher's dick pics. And I was just like, who the fuck care about Milan Christopher's dick? Okay, because like I don't see it from Milan Christopher. He's a bitch. First the fuck all, he gets on my nerves. Like, he's not cute to me. I don't see anything sexy about him. So, you know, I was just like, whatever, Milan Christopher. Like, that little nigga, like, what he got? Child, this morning. So I pull out my phone, y'all. Y'all know I be doing my little researches so I can be kind of informed for y'all. Y'all won't be up here talking about this bitch don't know what the fuck she talking about. And I type in Milan Christopher dick pics. Y'all told me that it was a Paper Magazine interview. So, you know, I push a search and it comes up. Y'all see the little article and I'm scrolling down and child, the Milan picture comes up. And first of all, let me just paint a picture for you. So Milan has on this leather coat, you know, studded, similar to one of the ones that I've had, like a motorcycle type jacket. He all oiled and glistened up, does nothing for me. It's his chest, you know, he kind of scrawny a little bit. But baby, that lower region. Look, I done told y'all plenty of times, I don't need no big ass shit. Okay, motherfucker, I am 46 fucking years old. I don't need a motherfucker trying to jump up and down on me and tearing on my shit, okay? In the words of Bernie Mac, fuck we trying to prove. But, oh! Now, it ain't real big. It ain't real big, but it is just the perfect, it is just real noise, child. And normally when you see dick pics, you know, they be kind of covered up and they don't be kind of, you know, you see it, but it don't be. And y'all told y'all that I usually am more impressed with the print. But I do admire the beauty of a perfectly strategized, placed ding ding, and child, that thing is just hanging down, and I was just like, Let me stop, y'all. I'll tell you, the boy is like, he probably old enough to be my child, but it was something else, child, and there was a couple of pictures of it. He just free with it, just free dick, just hanging, you know, oiled up. It's nice because it's all one color, just blend real nicely with the rest of his skin tone. And it come on down, child. If you ain't seen that picture, child, you need to go and check it out. It'll give you a little bit of different look at old Milan, okay? He's still a bitch, but child, that ding ding nice. And I guess while we talking about Love and Hip Hop, let's talk about Atlanta. More specifically, the stupid ass lady that called fucking Rashida at her job talking about what? I wouldn't even be talking about this stupid ass story considering it's really about a child, but we'll kind of take the child out of the equation and just talk about the retardedness of some people out there who get so fucking caught up in a reality show that they bring the stupidity from the show to the real life. Okay, so this bitch calls Rashida at her job and says that her son supposedly is having some sort of relationship. 15-year-old kid saying that Jason Lee wanted to put this story out and she was giving Rashida the courtesy of a call to discuss what they was gonna do about it. Now, obviously, that sounds like a fucking blackmail to you, okay? But taking the blackmail out of it, let me just, what the fuck is wrong with motherfuckers when they just feel like, now why is you mad at Rashida? You calling Rashida at first trying to sound like you was coming to her on some like woman to woman, what we gonna do about our kids tip, but turning it into a what the fuck you want to do, where you want to meet, like you gonna fight her. What the fuck you fighting Rashida for? And then I was listening to Rashida. Now this is how you know that Rashida really is in real life probably a nice person. When you don't have, like, I'm not a fighter, so when you don't have a fight type of personality, you just can't, it just doesn't come no matter what. This woman calling her and talking about her kid, and Rashida giving her the time enough to try to figure out what she was talking about, why she was calling her, explaining why it was not okay for her to call her, why it was not okay for her to put this story out. Like, you gave her way too much. I'm not a fighter, but I can cuss a motherfucker out, okay? And Rashida gave her too many, what's the word, y'all? Gave her too many, you know, she gave a bitch too many passes. Because I'd have cussed her ass out and I'd have hung up. But I guess Rashida was trying to find out exactly what this woman was talking about. She was talking in circles, but that shit was fucking annoying. Because I was just like, this stupid ass bitch, you are calling, trying to, what? What are you trying to do? You're not getting no money from over here. Don't get so caught up in the TV show. You know, that's just like Treasure. When she said that, I was just like, what the fuck? People are crazy out there. And see, this is the price that you pay when you go on to these reality shows. Reality shows bring out a certain amount of full of fucking niggatry in all of us. It's the guilty side of us that wants to just sit back and watch some ratchetness. But this is the side effects of all of that. You got to really deal with people who believe it and who wants to live it and who wants to have their 15 minutes of fame. I still got a side eye Jason Lee, even though he came out and said that, you know, that's not his thing. He don't out people and all of that. But, you know, I ain't seen it from Jason Lee in a long time either. Okay, I'm just going to take it on the fact that he is gay and that he realizes that putting shit out like this about a 15-year-old kid would be real fucked up and he could actually have some legal ramifications behind it. So I'm just gonna take him, you know, he said he didn't do it, I'm just gonna believe him at that. People are stupid out there. Crazy, crazy. I always say I would rather be rich but not famous. If I could figure out a way to parlay this whole YouTube channel into something huge and not necessarily even have to be in front of the camera and get some money off of it, okay? I know y'all gonna be like, it's that book. Y'all, I'm working on the book. I'm still working on it. I ain't forgot. It's like that nagging ass bill that you gotta pay or they gonna cut all your shit off. It's in the back of your mind. That's how the book is. I ain't forgot. So, but, and thank you guys who always remind me. But, yeah, that's just like, I was just like, she is so fucking stupid. Oh my God, niggas out there. Child, I tell you, niggas ain't never gonna be right. Never. And then you guys in quickies, the BET Awards are Sunday. You guys want me to talk about the BET Awards? They haven't even happened yet. But I will talk about Nicki Minaj and the fact that she will not be going to the awards show. I wouldn't go either if I was her. I know she's been nominated, but there's all this contention in the female rap world right now. Why should she show up and possibly get fucking into some confrontation or fight? Something that it ain't gonna turn out right. Y'all know how BET Awards weekends always go. It's always some shit. So in order for her to avoid that, I don't believe that she is gonna win anyway, only because of the drama surrounding it and the fact that she is not going to that show. But BET is good at giving awards to people that are already there. So the fact that she has made it clear that she will not be there, I have a feeling that BET will just be like, okay, well, we'll just give it to somebody else. And I mean, you know, she didn't really have no huge hits last year. This is for best female rapper. But I mean, you guys, if we were gonna go by the big female hit, then Young M.A had the huge female hit. Okay, and Remy had some shit, but it wasn't her just by herself. So I wouldn't show up either. That ain't nothing. That ain't. I wouldn't do it. People ask me about what do I think about Rihanna's song with DJ Khaled. I love it. I put it on my Instagram that I love the song. Rihanna I can usually listen to anything Rihanna. I actually do really like DJ Khaled's music. He is very smart and will do very well with that album when it comes out. Love the song, love Rihanna. Okay, love Bryson Tiller's part in the song. So glad he's not sing talking. Like his new album, I like it, but like, you know, everything is hugging. Everything is tired. He just sing talks. He sounds like he can sing, but the motherfucker is talking, singing, talking. I know Jada would be so mad if she heard him, because I'd be like, Jada, what the fuck? He just can't carry a melody and bring the shit up and down. We all one tone, one note, and talking through the whole thing. But, you know, the stories that he says is cute. And that's why I know that people really like him, because he's actually got good lyrics, even though he's talking, child. But, yeah, love the song. Love the song. Is Kenya Moore really married? Yes, I do believe that she really is married. I still feel like, I don't know if it's genuine or sincere or not. I hope that it is, okay? Because marriage is important, and it's a constitution that should be, you know, it should be respected. I mean, y'all know me, Rocky love. I want every motherfucker to be in love, okay? And I would like to see Kenya happy in a relationship that's legit and not set up for the TV shows, okay? My cynical side says that Kenya Moore has lied to us in the past, so it makes it hard for us to believe that this is now the truth. But time will tell. All I will say, it was mighty convenient that she got married at the time where they're starting to record for the show. Even though she was going to be on the show regardless, this kind of just adds to her camera time and all of that. Now, they're saying that the guy doesn't want to be involved in the show. I don't know how the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers are going to let that happen, because we know that they don't like when you just try to splice and dice and give them parts of your life, but not the whole thing. So we'll see. That's all I can say, is we'll see. If she's really, really happy and married and all that, I am all for it. Good for her. Okay, maybe this will bring out the better in Kenya and change her to be the better person, because that's all we strive to be. But just gonna keep my good eye on Kenya. People have been asking me if I'm going to be reviewing Power. Yes, I am. I think Power comes on this weekend, Sunday. And I will be reviewing it. I'm going to be reviewing the BET Awards too. So y'all gonna be getting 2 videos probably on Monday. And then lastly, y'all know what it is, right? Your girl Beyonce Knowles Carter has delivered the twins Red and White. The babies are healthy and happy. They say that the twins is a boy and a girl. They have not officially announced what the sexes of the kids are, but that's what we are thinking. And so which one you think will be Red? Maybe the boy. They say that the twins were born premature, which is normal, because your body is usually only built to carry one full-size baby. When you get to carrying two 4-pound or 5-pound babies in your stomach, that's 10 pounds of baby up in there. And you got to remember, you got fluids and you got all kind of stuff happening, you know, with the uterus and the bag and all of that, child. That's too much for somebody. Y'all looked at Beyonce, could tell that she was suffering, child. I was like, her back has got to be killing her. She was huge. So the babies came early. Nothing out of the ordinary. They were jaundiced. Joe was jaundiced. He was born at 35 weeks. So it's normal when babies are born early that they are jaundiced and they have to sit under the sun lamps to try to get their color together. So nothing to worry about there. The babies is probably home already, child. That probably already happened 2 weeks ago. We just getting news now. At any rate, congratulations to Beyonce and Jay-Z and little baby girl Blue. They got 2 new additions to the family. The Beehive can rejoice. Your 2 babies have made it on the scene, and you get your girl Beyonce back. Alright, you guys, that's it. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.